So, their police are very aggressive. FIFA, you can't bring the World Cup here. My mother, a U.S. citizen, was killed. Our own daughters were like, born in America. My mother was born in Nigeria, but she was a naturalized U.S. citizen. And she was an older lady. She said her daughter was part of like a narcotic gang, especially one called Bolanle. And at that time, my mother was suing the police for taking out me and my mother's home on Staten Island. So she said, and she had to go live with her daughters in Pennsylvania and said her daughters were trying to kill her. One of the daughters was moving with the bad gang, and she didn't know what that gang is, but I heard like when people are into drugs, sometimes the FBI will arrest them and make them informants. So they said this FBI has a rogue team, in which their rogue team will work with criminals to steal from people and stuff. So I was charging my phone, and all of a sudden, there's another person here charging their phone also. I think this person was sitting on the floor, and then the police stopped by, and and this person was interacting with them. That it's not doing nothing wrong. It's not doing nothing wrong. And I thought they would just tell the person, please don't sit on the floor or something. But it was me. They also addressed me. So you have too much stuff. I'm like, excuse me? I said, I'm on Instagram. And the Indian lady was laughing. I said, I'm studying on Instagram. It's a studying on Instagram. I said, yeah, I have the right to education. So you don't have the right to time me, to send me all the way up and leave. So anytime I'm on Instagram, they always harass me anywhere, even the library. I can't use Instagram. They'll throw me out of the library. So I don't know what's going on between Instagram and the American government. They always try to stop me from being on it. Even Instagram banned me at some point. Okay, Instagram has a lot of men that are like half naked, So I'm a gay Nigerian and I'm an adult. I'm 44 years old. So I don't know how is their business if I'm looking at like half naked men on Instagram. So something about the American government, I don't know what that is about, if they just bully me as a gay person. But this has to be investigated. At one point, they banned me on Instagram. I look at a lot of pictures of men that are like half naked. So I don't know what that is about. If the American government is just abusing gays in general, or they just want to bully me, or find a way to annoy me and get me to leave America. Okay? So I don't know what that is about. Or I don't know if they're trying to deport me. I have a green card. The police arrested me in 2019 and stole my green card. So I guess, maybe they don't want me to have proof that I'm gay, because, sometimes when they try to deport you, you can file for asylum. So I don't know what is going on. They always try to scare me from being on Instagram. Instagram also banned me. So I guess, they don't want, I don't know if they're trying to deport me, and they don't want me to have proof that I'm gay, because I really don't have any sexual relationship with anybody. A lot of Americans are kind of like too standoffish for me. So I'd rather be by myself. I'm celibate for like over a decade. I was looking at this Nigerian guy. He also acts very gay, but he's dating a black American woman. So I was laughing, like he's always acting very funny. His name is Muzi D. So maybe I'll send him a video. He acts very gay. He's a Nigerian. And, and I was laughing, and all of a sudden, the police pulled over. Taste
the sausages.
It's like they were making fun of the way my mother, my sister killed my mother. Because my mother was saying that anytime my sister Bolanle gives her food, the food will make her want to die. Like she will start having heart problem. She'll start having bloody diarrhea. So I guess that my information got leaked to the Nigerian community. And this guy is making fun. His girlfriend is black American and almost sound like my sister, but she speaks American English also. And he was telling a Nigerian boyfriend that that's your last meal, enjoy it. So my mother got killed that way. And me and my mother were at the butt of jokes. Even, we're like the butt of jokes. And it was kind of funny the way they reenacted it. I was actually laughing. It's been 10 years since my mother was killed. But it made me remember my mother. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe they're just, maybe this is just a general storyline. So I was actually laughing. And all of a sudden the police pulled over. Say, you have too much stuff in America, you gotta go. I'm like, excuse me? You're gonna time me for using the internet? So they're torturing people. I criticize Trump a lot, and their police follow me everywhere. I can't use the bathroom. So FIFA is not said to bring the World Cup here. Like this camera said Trump is racist. A Nigerian American, Omarosa says Trump is racist, and they say they're slamming immigrants on the floor. You know, especially the African immigrants. Any little immigration problem they have, when they go to the immigration office, they slam them on the floor. And you know, so please, your Congress has to address this. You know, I have diarrhea, don't let me use the bathroom. So they're setting up blacks to be arrested and killed. A black American was trying to help me when I was suing the police, and the same year, 2014, he told me he was going to help me. The police went and slammed him on the floor and killed him. Eric Garner. You know, so they said that this country has always been a very racist country, killing 10 million Africans during slavery, no reparation paid. You know, so FIFA is getting more and more racist. You can imagine I'm using the phone booth and the police officer said I should hurry up and leave. I'm like, excuse me, I'm not your slave. There's no time restriction. Yeah, I think this gentleman was sitting on the floor earlier, and I just told him, don't sit on the floor. You know, I said, and you have too much stuff. You both have to leave. I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean too much stuff? I'm a homeless Nigerian, so they're not letting people have luggages, you know. And the police commissioner Jessica Tish, I've been sending out videos so she doesn't help me. So please, the Nigerian podcaster with your black American girlfriend or wife, I don't know if you're married, please help me make my video viral. I'm a gay Nigerian transsexual. I was born in and I'm a woman. And I was watching your video. It makes me laugh. You know, my mother's been killed. My father's been killed. And I mainly look at the pictures of men on Instagram. But you're one straight couple. I just, you know, your skin is very funny. Usually, I only look at men on Instagram. I don't really look at women. You know, but your skin is very funny because you, the Nigerian guy, you act very gayish, but you're straight. You know. You know, and the way you always tell your girlfriend to leave, to pack up and leave, you know, after telling her she's not going to leave you, you know, I thought that's kind of like very gay. I don't know if you're trying to act like you're also down low or whatever. So I was finding it funny, and this is like trying to make me depressed or something. So you did a skid, that's the American terminology, you know, in which your girlfriend she's black American, she was serving you the last meal, and she almost sounds like my mother's daughter Bolanle, because she was born in America, so she sounds like she's black American also. And you know, and I was laughing. It's been 10 years that my mother's been killed, and she used to tell me anytime that Bolanle gives her food, she believes that food is poison. You know, and I used to say that on Instagram a lot, and you guys, I don't know if somebody told you to make that as a joke. And I actually find it funny. You know, my mother dying has been very, very painful to me. But I was actually able to laugh when you were saying, you know, when your girlfriend said, your black American girlfriend said, this is your last meal. You know, and you were like, oh, did you poison me? You know, you were touching your stomach. My mother used to touch her stomach also. So please, if you can help me make the video viral. I'm not looking for any sexual relationship. I'm not looking for any surrogacy. I'm a Nigerian being bullied in America. The black American mayor, Rick Adams, his family friend, Eric Garner, was trying to help me, and the police, when I killed his family friend. And now that's me, I think he's trying to get the police to kill me. So he brought out a special police unit that was just to kill his family friend. They are called the quality of life policing, and they're supposed to, you know, look for any form of nuisance behavior. You know, and if you're looking for nuisance behavior, you know, they could have, you know, this is a bicycle rack, and somebody put their table there. You know, they could have, you know, responded to this and be thinking it's a bomb or something. And some people have been calling and saying, there's some people at the phone booth, you know. I'm like, so what? I'm using post for high privacy rights in America. They say, yeah, but you have too many bags. I'm like, excuse me? I'm a foreigner. There's a lot of black Americans that there's a lot of Americans white. They're hitchhikers. They go to camp. So as a foreigner, based on me having a luggage, you're going to profile me. Yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court said the immigration can profile foreigners. That's always been the case. As a foreigner, if they feel, you know, you're at the airport with luggage, they can ask for your immigration papers. But the regular police are not supposed to profile. That's racist. You know. And to tell me I can't use the phone book, so they need to arrest these people. So, you know, your program is very funny, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be alive to be watching your program Louise, I don't know really how to pronounce her name. It's like a nickname. I don't even think her name is Nigerian. You know. So please help me make my video viral. A black American mayor, you know, is inciting the white police to try to kill Africans. Since his family friend Eric Garner was killed trying to help me. So, you know, they refused to give me housing. My mother was a U.S. citizen, a Nigerian naturalized U.S. citizen, and she filed a green card for me. The police have arrested me in 2019 for being homeless. Once I locked me up in the psych ward, and Chuck me stole that green card from me. So I don't have immigration status. I don't have any money. So please, if you can borrow me money, I'm not looking for any kind of sexual relationship. I'm not looking for any surrogacy. I'm not looking for to be in any cult. I've had people approach me that they want to marry me before they can help me, or they want to have a child by me, or whatever. I mean, no. I'm celibate. I really like to be by myself. You know, I've been celibate now for so many years. You know, but a guy took me home in 2020 and raped me. You know, because they locked up the bathroom. I was having diarrhea. I couldn't find a bathroom to use. And by the Yankee Stadium, I was there in the train station, and he told me I could come to his house to use the bathroom. And, and I went to his house, and he told me, he wants to get married. I told him no. And he raped me and kicked me out. Even though there was a law that you can't evict somebody, a shelter-in-place law because of the COVID in New York and everywhere else. And I called the police. They saw the injury. It gave me when it hit me in my head. I was bleeding, and the police told me I have to go. You know, so they're abusing me like I was a slave. So please, Mr. I don't know your name. You use the nickname Louise. Please, if you can, I know a lot of Nigerians, a lot of black Americans, a lot of people watch your skit. I'm a gay Nigerian, so I don't really have anybody watching my stuff or whatever. So please, if you can help me, use your internet forum, to help me as a gay Nigerian. If any of your other viewers that find your stuff funny, I think you have 1,300 comments. If any of them can donate money to me. This black American mayor is trying to get me killed. His family friend Eric Garner was helping, and the person that choked him dead. They said these police are very brutal. They don't like you suing them. I think the Chicago police also, I believe they're also very brutal towards blacks. I'm not really sure. But I heard the LAPD, Los Angeles police, are very brutal to people that sue them and with revenge. So Eric Garner was a black American trying to help me. And the first one I choked him dead at the same place where I met him in 2014. At Bay Street and Victor Boulevard. And they killed him close to my birthday. I used to go to a black American church, Bishop Jordan Ministries. And he said, my birthday, July 8th, said the number 8 is a special day. And that, and they killed Eric Garner July 17th. He said God always adds number together. So 17 is also 8. God will have 1 plus 7. So God don't like double digit. So, and the number 8 is a very spiritual day. Anything you do on that day will be successful. So even my mother used to tell me that the prophet was telling her that she was going to give birth to me. I'm going to be very influential. But I've not really had my break as a gay Nigerian. This is a very I don't mean to criticize America, but it's more of a patriarchy society. I guess it's more of a macho culture society. So we gays are just trying to find our footing. Even the most popular artist in the world, Michael Jackson, had to say that it's not an homosexual, even though some people think it's homosexual. It had to categorically deny that it's an homosexual. A lot of musicians have to deny it. So as a gay Nigerian, I'm just being bullied. Even this library, they used to harass me in the bathroom. I used the women's bathroom. They'll tell me, we just want to make sure you're a real woman. When I'm into the bathroom, they'll come and knock on the door. Says we're getting complaints. Whatever. I'm like, you're not supposed to gender police me. There are a lot of masculine lesbians, that use the women's bathroom also. So they bully me, and they say when they start harassing you, they want to kill you in this country. A lot of black Americans, like Ahmad Marbury, he was being followed in a white neighborhood, and the white brought out the gun and shoot him dead. So say when they, so I want to know why these people making phone calls about me, and those forces are also threat. I say I need to have them traced because that's harassment. Using the phone as a Nigerian is not a crime. Yeah, this gentleman was sitting on the floor before, and the camera here will pick it up. I think you were sitting on the floor. I'm so sorry to bother you.
I'm not a gentleman.
Oh, you're a lady, yeah. You were sitting on the floor earlier, or something
I was sitting on the floor.
Yeah. And they could have just told you to not sit on the floor, which is, which is really not.
No one has said anything about that actually. That's not breaking a law here either.
They didn't even say that. They didn't even say, they just said, we can't be charging our phone. That,
no, what it was they got a complaint saying that people actually lied to the cops, actually saying that we had our shit spread everywhere and everything like that.
Oh, really?
That's what it was. And
also, they lied.
Yeah, whoever actually called the cops lied, actually.
Oh, wow. Because I had my earphones, I knew you were talking to them.
No, like basically my shit is, I'm venting about it now because it's annoying. I can't believe, ever since 9/11, the people in Brooklyn have kind of been being dicks as of lately.
Yeah, but that is very serious. So they actually lied. I saw you weren't, you weren't blocking anywhere.
No, I haven't. I haven't been spreading any of my shit out here.
Yeah, like where are you supposed
to? I don't even do that actually. And I don't have that much shit anyway. It's always in my bag for the most part.
Yeah, and for the police to tell me, no, you can't file a police report. And she was like, even your stuff is too much. I'm like, excuse me? I was like, I'm on Instagram trying to get some medication. And the Indian lady laughed. So Instagram.
Everything that we're doing right now is not illegal.
Thank you.
So whoever is actually fucking calling the cops, they're wasting their own time and getting their own selves in trouble. If anything, I have family in the NYPD. Actually, they could be in very deep shit right now.
Oh, they should. They should.
They should. I already got multiple people reamed actually these past few like months, and I've already got 2 cops reamed as well. Actually, I almost lost their badges from what it sounded like.
Oh, you filed complaints?
Well, yeah. Even like, I'm tired of people actually. At least these cops they noticed actually. That's why they said we could actually still charge our phones and everything.
But they said leave after you charge your phone.
Basically were what they actually said that the person who called complained about was not going on basically. So,
thank you. So the person lied, and I told them I want to file
the person who actually called the cops lied actually.
And I said they got multiple reports, so it wasn't just one person. That's a gang, and they always call the police on me everywhere. Everywhere I go, and I said when they start stalking you like that, that's stalking, that's harassment. And I told them I want to file a police report, and they were basically making me look like I was crazy. They're like, that's not something you file a police report about,
No, but the cops should go actually arrest whoever lied though, actually, because that's basically wasting police time.
Yeah, thank you. So I was trying to tell them I want to file a police report, and they told me no. So they're covering up a crime. If you don't mind, can I know your name? If you don't mind.
I'm Harley.
Can you please spell it?
Harley. Just leave me out of the report. I already got enough actually going on.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to be a witness?
No, I don't want to be a witness.
Oh, okay. Because they arrest me, and that's absolutely not okay with me. I'm a Nigerian. I'm not going to be safe if I'm deported to Nigeria, and I don't need anybody trying to incite violence against me.
I'm trying to keep my name out of stuff as much as possible. I have a court date coming up on the 25th, and I'm already facing jail time. I'm just trying to enjoy whatever little freedom I have before I have to get arrested.
Oh, okay. I understand that. But I have a duty to report a crime, and I'm going to report it as a crime, cause there was a time I was using the women's bathroom in the Penn Station, where they have trains going to Canada and Mexico, and the Black American janitor said, you have to get out of the bathroom. I'm like, why are you closing the bathroom an hour early? She was like, you go back to Africa, don't question me. I'm like, excuse me? She was like, you heard what I said, go back to Africa, don't question me. I'm like, no, you're very rude, you're very discriminatory. And she went and called the police on me. And I told the police everything. They said, yeah, when she tells you to go, you go. So they're forming a gang, the Black American mayor, is inciting, they say it's into like Black American power, but he has no right to lead a genocide. So please, we don't need people that will divide us. In the world, this Eric Adams said it's Trump freedom from prison. There was criminal charges against them for getting bribery from Turkey. I was one of the crime victims of his bribery, because there was a time I used to right after the police arrested me, framed up as crazy. They used to have their police bother me everywhere. So I was just on Bay Ridge Avenue and Falls Avenue. I used to use that train station to charge my phone like this. And they were some Black American kids, like, spitting on me. Say, don't use the phone, get out of here. And the Black American kids was about to beat me up late at night. So I was screaming, is there any police here? Please help me. There's some black Americans. I used to charge my phone late at night, and I used to like watch, you know, Nigerian YouTube prayer. I pray the Pastor TV Joshua pray, and sometimes I would watch the Wendy Williams show, which is like a kind of gay show, and they would send black American kids like, and they were trying to hit me, kill me, mob me in the train station, Berwick Avenue. So I ran upstairs, and I was like a black woman police officer. So like, excuse me, miss, I was screaming, is there any police officer that can help me? And you didn't help me. She was like, you know, as a matter of fact, we don't want you in our train station. We're going to arrest you soon. I'm like, for what? So, you know, so we just don't want you. So you have luggage and stuff. We don't need poor people like you. And she was from Africa, but I think she was born in America. You know, so I told her, look, I'm a Nigerian, and I'm getting jumped by black Americans. I'm like, you know, I want to file a report of it. So like, you know, it's like, I don't give a damn where you're from. We don't want you in our train station. You know, I don't care, you know, who's after. And she was like an African. She was very dark skinned. Her name was like Muzambil or whatever. I don't mean to mispronounce her name. She was probably from like Zimbabwe or Uganda. You know, and I fled the train station that day, and I called the IAB in the Internal Affairs Bureau of the NYPD, and they were hanging up the phone on me. I said, we don't understand your accent. It was a black American male. It was like, you're just a blah, 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 blah. Click, you know. I'm like, excuse me. I'll call back again. And they'll clean out. Soon after that, I got arrested in front of that train station. They had a guy pull my hair. It was a white guy. I told him to stop, and the police came and knocked me down. They dig their hand in my pocket, stole my green card, stole my social security card, 2019. So please, if anybody can donate money to my Cash App, NYC Homeless, they're jumping gays, they're jumping Africans. I don't know what this country is turning into. They've already killed my mother. My mother's daughter was moved to the bank. So please, if anybody can donate money to my Cash App, NYC Homeless, I'm not looking for any kind of sexual relationship, but they're setting me up, framing me up, and I don't have anybody that would be my witness. Everybody just disappears. You know, so I don't want to say it's so easy for them to kill you and claim you're just a crazy person. So this was going on.